I met a gypsy.
We'll put a bit of footage on the telly and go
So-
through it. But what do you want to know?
So, I've been in a Tesla before. Is it just like a dirt bike Tesla? Like as in like how the power is and how like
Yeah.
yes. So it's just like weird because it's just on.
Yeah. But
So that's the main thing that when I have been in a Tesla,
have you driven the Tesla?
I
though?
have driven a Tesla.
So how did it feel like when you put the throttle on?
Just no hesitation, just on.
Yeah. So
Like no lag at all, zero.
no.
So a friend of mine has some supercar and a Tesla, and we went to the shops. This is in the US, and we were driving down. He goes, I'm like, dude, this thing's so fast. And he goes, yeah, shit's all over. Oh, he's got a McLaren.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, shit's all over my McLaren. He goes for acceleration. I'm like, what? And it's like basically like the mum's shopping cart version of a Tesla as well. Like it's just a little runabout one. He's like, yeah, dude, they're gnarly. I was like, fuck, like insane. So
it's pretty much the same thing.
yeah, right.
So
it's just
basically,
on, off.
yeah. So there's the only way you know it's on is there's a fan, like
So you can hear
like
it.
a fan noise.
Yeah.
But you basically hold the
Because
button
that is
on
one
the-
thing that's crazy. Like with
Yeah,
some
how do
electric,
you even know it's
no,
on?
but yeah, because I've seen crew with I forget what they're called. A bunch of crew had some electric bikes years ago, and they literally made no noise. And you'd sit on it and like
blip the
and
throttle.
you'd blip the throttle, and
Yeah. You could do that, but there's a fan going, so
Yeah,
you
right.
actually
So you know that it's on.
and it's fairly loud. Like you know it, and you know that it's going.
Yeah.
But yeah, you basically just hold on the button on the handlebars on the left, and then you've got like a jet ski, how you've got to like put the little safety thing on it. So yeah, you've got a little safety clip that's got to go on it.
How do I turn on the airdrop on the...
Go.
no,
Nah, Bluetooth maybe.
yeah.
No, go to the Finder actually.
Technological whiz like you, Griff. I thought you'd
And
have to
then
sort of be all over this.
AirDrop, yeah, and then
There you
yeah,
go.
there you go. So you should be able to. They should be able to find you.
How's Ronan's little profile picture?
I know way. Yeah, so you basically you've got that little jet ski
Yeah.
thing, but it's just instant power. Like the very first time I took off on it,
Would have
too.
been super weird. Did you nearly go over the back?
No, not really, but it's just like it's so good, and you just know it's not like you have
It just
to.
keeps coming.
Yeah, but it's not like you. It's surprising at all. Like it's just there and it's on and it's like exactly where you want it, and then
Yeah,
you roll off the throttle and then it rolls like.
Does it have engine braking?
Yeah,
Or how does it?
so you can
So you can change it.
dial it in, so you can have it to where there's zero engine braking, like basically at
Yeah,
all.
right.
So it'd just be like free rolling a mountain bike.
Yeah.
And then you can go all the way up to 100 and it's like a 450.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, you can just fully dial it in.
I find engine braking's handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely is. But there's some tracks where you
Yeah.
want to, you know what I mean? But it's so easy to change. I didn't really mess with that much
That's
at
surprising.
all. Well, that's because my suspension wasn't set up properly. Did I tell you about? Oh, I think I did tell you about the suspension thing. We'll get there. But yeah, like you just go, and it's the throttle is so smooth in terms of the
actual
way that it
turning of it.
rolls on.
Yeah,
That's
because
the biggest.
it's not pulling a cord or anything, right?
Nah, that's actually real weird to get used to. So
Oh, is it a sensor or something?
yeah, it's just there's no throttle cable. So I actually
So what's it attached to? Nothing. It's just like
It's just a tube. I've got there's photos in the NAS. Fuck, I wish that thing was connected to the NAS. But there's it's just like a throttle housing, like a throttle tube. And then there's just like this one sensor wire that sits in there. It's just like a fly-by-wire. I'm pretty sure all the MotoGP bikes and stuff are like that nowadays too. But it was one of the things that it was in my feedback to them. But there was a bunch of stuff where they asked us a lot of testing questions about the bike. They wanted us to fill out all these forms and shit. And that was one of my things is like, I don't know whether I can give good enough feedback on this yet. I can tell you that it's different, but I don't know whether it's good or bad. Yeah, 100%. Because it's like
it probably
my initial.
it might take you like a few six rides to be like, actually, no, this is fucked, or this is unreal.
Yeah. But my initial thing was like, this is giving me arm pump in a way because
it's different.
Well, and it's so smooth, and there's no, like, you know, when you're winding a throttle cable, it gets harder as it gets to the top. So you actually, it's all this shit.
In a way, you're like holding, you sort of holding yourself back.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like with a cable, you would kind of lean on it, but it gets harder. So
it gives you some resistance.
Yeah, right.
So there's all this shit that's crazy that you never understood about riding a normal dirt bike until you ride this dirt bike, because it's the exact same thing.
It's kind of like a cable clutch or a hydraulic clutch.
Yeah.
In a way.
It's the same thing. Yeah, that cable similar, just gives you like that.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
But right.
So yeah, that was one of the things where I was like, fuck, it's like hard to get kind of used to when you find you could be so much more precise with it. You just had so much more feeling. So yeah, that was honestly kind of weird to sort of deal with. But again, I was like, this could be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Or this could be something where, but we even talked about, and this is what's kind of cool with them, is that I suggested it to them. They're like, oh, we haven't really thought of it like that. And I was like, maybe you could put a spring that gets a little bit more progressive, so like you actually can, because I feel like when you're full throttle on a bike, that's the most like difficult it is to hang on, you know. So if you've got any kind of like resistance or something there, but then you could probably go too far where it's like, this fucking thing's so stiff. But yeah, as far as the actual roll goes, that's probably one of the things that they've nailed the most, is not an on-off switch.
So did you find like that it took you a fair few laps to be able to be like, feel like you could ride it, or did you just get on and ride it?
Nah, you could pretty much just ride it straight away. Like me and Hill,
I'd feel like real distracted, I reckon, trying to get my head around like what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh man, like
it's a lot. And the brand new track.
This is so much the same, but also so far different that it's insane.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.